Good morning, Mr. Bolden. This is Darnell from Porsche of Ocala. Just wanted to make this quick video, try to keep it as short as possible, quickly going over these cars and some of the obvious differences between the two. Okay, first I'm just going to walk around them to get a quick look at the exterior on both. Then I'll go to the window sticker for the one on the left and start going through the options. As I mentioned, I printed out the build sheets on both. That way you can take a look at it, and even after watching this video, you'll be able to just pinpoint the differences with the options, and then at some point today we can go over all that together. Okay, we'll go over to window sticker on the one on the left. Okay, they're both obviously the same color. They're both white with the black interior. Now, I'm not sure how much you know about the new Caymans, but they're absolutely phenomenal. The power output is increased just a little bit, but the torque is the biggest difference with the new Cayman. So you have 300 horsepower in the standard model. Okay, and then you have 280 pound for the torque. But the good thing about the torque is that you get the peak torque at 1950 RPM, which is very low, and that means that you're going to get a very good response. Now, these are 4-cylinder turbocharged engines, 2 liters to be specific. They're boxer engines, so they have very unique sound. Porsche didn't want them sounding like a typical 4-cylinder, so they worked on fine-tuning the exhaust. So they sound very aggressive still, especially when accelerating. Looking at the options on this one, you have the extended range fuel tank, the double clutch transmission, the 19-inch Boxer S wheels, the Porsche crest in the center for the center caps, heated multifunction steering wheel, the seat ventilation. It has a premium package, Porsche crest on the headrest. So it has a lot of options. I won't go through the whole list. Like I said, I'll send you the build sheet, that way you can look at it. But look at the Boxer S wheels versus the standard wheels. Okay, going up front, you'll notice this car has the bi-xenon headlights, the 4-point LED daytime running lights, which are the standard headlights on the car, while the one on the right has a Porsche Dynamic Light System Plus, which has the LED lighting with the 4-point LED daytime running lights that spread out just a little bit further, so it gives a little different look. And going over to the window sticker on the right, again, standard interior in black, exterior is white. This one has the extended range fuel tank, the Boxer design wheels, seat ventilation, which means that you have the heated and ventilated seats just like the other one. This one has a GT steering wheel, power steering process, and then like I said, the Porsche Dynamic Light System. This one has the entry and drive. So there are some subtle differences. So most people just looking at a quick glance wouldn't notice the difference. These wheels are 18-inch versus the 19-inch. Now with the 718, they've made quite a few subtle changes to the exterior. You do notice the lines a little bit more. They tried to make them stand out just a little bit. So on the hood, you can see it's a lot more defined here. On the side, the air intakes are larger to help feed into the turbo. You have these wonderful new design tail lights, LED brake lights, and LED tail lights. This car does have the sported exhaust tips in black, which gives it kind of a little aggressive look. Now the backup camera and parking sensor has become standard in 2017, which is really nice. Going inside the vehicle, because it says the premium package, you have the 14-way seats. So you have an adjustment for your leg extension up front, move the seat forward, back, up and down. You can tilt it. You have your backrest as well as your 4-way lumbar support. And that comes with the memory package. So you have two on the driver's side. You have 2 keys that are set for memory settings for the seat, and then one button that's set to program your key. Okay, going inside the car. You have the new design for the steering wheel. This design has become popular really fast. This is the design taken from the 918, the first vehicle in the Porsche's lineup. In the production vehicles to get it was the Macan, then it went to the Cayman, and then the 911, and now you have it in the Boxster. You can get it a few different ways. This one is the multi-function steering wheel. So you have your volume control on the left, you have a button to answer the phone on the left as well, and this diamond-shaped button which you can use to program for multiple functions. On the right you have a button to hang up the phone, you have your back button, and then you have your roller to operate the TFT. So if you hit the back button, you're familiar with Porsche, so you're very familiar with the TFT. Very little changes in 17 from what you have now. You do have a boost gauge up there in the main menu now that you can access. As you scroll down, still going to show the standard information. The car does have navigation. What I like about the nav is obviously you can look at it on the PCM, or you can look at the map here, but utilizing this screen, this will show your previous destinations, as well as once you're actually utilizing the nav, it'll show you your turn-by-turn directions, which I thought was a really good idea that Porsche had done. So you have trip your computer, your tire pressure, and I said this setup is pretty much the same as what you have now in your current Cayman. Another change has been the PCM. You can see it's a very flat display, kind of frameless look. They changed the layout for the radio. There's now a home button. So when you press the home button, it takes you to this menu. The hard keys are now placed at different spots, but still pretty much the same function. You have your source button, your tuner button, your media button, which will all do different things. The tuner is going to take you to the radio, media will take you to your media device, your source will allow you to select the source. You have your phone button. They've made it a little easier to operate the Bluetooth now, so it's, instead of taking about 30 seconds to set up, you're done within maybe 10 seconds. Okay, car menu, the layout's changed a little bit. So they actually show an image of your car. You can swipe through here for your trip information. You can access your backup camera from here. You can access your settings there. Like I said, the layout's a lot more crisp. It's a lot faster responding than the previous PCM. And you have heated and ventilated seats in this model. This one does have the 2-zone climate control. The PDK, for the most part, it's exactly the same. If you pull this down into drive, the difference is going to be when you put it in manual, instead of pushing forward to shift up, you're going to pull it towards you to shift up and then push it forward to shift down. You do have your standard sport mode, your Porsche stability management, button to bring up your spoiler. This vehicle does have a Bose surround sound system in it. Okay, let's go take a quick look at the other one. So this one has a standard tailpipe. Okay, so you can see the difference with that. Like I said, this one does have the standard wheels, well, the standard Boxster wheels, the Boxster design. So you go inside, instead of having the 14-way, you do have the 2-way manual seats. So the 2-way is going to be for your backrest, but the seat will move forward and back and up and down manually. And going inside, the steering wheel at a quick glance looks pretty much the same. The difference is you don't have the multi-function controls, and with the GT steering wheel you have these rivets around the steering wheel, and the steering wheel is actually smaller in diameter, which makes handling just a little bit easier. So in case you have the multi-function steering wheel on yours currently, to operate the TFT, otherwise you would use the stock that's back here to go through your settings. Again, PCM still the same. This one doesn't have the navigation. You do have the 2-zone climate control, heated and ventilated seats. Down here everything's the same. Inside the vehicle, everything else is pretty much the same. This one does not have the Bose surround sound. And if you haven't heard how these sound in person, this isn't going to be the best sound clip, but you'll get an idea of what the car sounds like. Hey, cargo space hasn't changed too much. The look of the spoiler is a little different back here. The cargo space is still the same. You still have access to your oil and coolant back here. You have your little storage compartments right there. Now, if you haven't seen anything about the performance on these cars, it's absolutely phenomenal. Based on the data that's been released, these will pretty much keep up with the last generation, the 981 Cayman GTS on just the standard model, which is pretty impressive. Okay, we'll step out, just get one more good look at both of these Caymans. Alright, Mr. Bowden should be receiving this as well as the build sheets on both cars shortly, and hopefully we'll speak soon. Thank you. Bye.